Talk is on, where you receive good information for your mortgage needs, such as mortgage programs and foreclosure programs to help get you out of foreclosure. Stay tuned and hear what's coming your way.
Good evening and welcome to Mortgage Talk. I'm Rick Montgomery, glad to be with you guys on a beautiful Tuesday. Yes, it is. It's a nice Tuesday to be here with you on Mortgage Talk. Joining me, of course, in the studio is my engineer, is Dave the man. He's here with me. What's up, Dave? He's here. We're on Mortgage Talk, and our topic today is going to be talking about the Treasury Department and their combination in combining themselves and tag teaming with FHA to bring you the second lien program. Now, I'm going to be telling you about the second lien program because statistics clearly says that 50% of foreclosed properties have a second lien mortgage on it. 50% of foreclosed properties have a second lien on it. And sometimes the second lien is what put the property in foreclosure with the first lien of the homeowner just being behind. Now, they may be behind by 2-3 months, but they be behind another couple more months than that first lien, they're going to be in foreclosure. You're going to find that in the mixture of that too. But 50% of the second lien does initiate foreclosure, as well as the first lien. Okay? Some first lieners will pay out or help you to negotiate with the second lien to get rid of them so they can remain in first position if you're not in trouble with them. Not guaranteed, but they do that. Okay? But foreclosed properties, they're in foreclosure, there is a smaller percentage that the property does not have a second lien. And sometimes you can be docile by what I mean by second lien. A second lien is a second lien, whether it's a revolving account. They give it a nice name, a revolving account that is secured against your property based on the equity in your property and based on a percentage of LTV that they granted you from the equity in your property. Okay? In terms, is put into a dollar form, whereas we will give you $27,000, but you can write a check for either the full amount or for whatever you need. It's like you got $27,000 in the bank, but you're actually pulling from your equity. That is a second lien mortgage. Don't be fooled. Remember, Mortgage Talk is under the umbrella of Information Center, where we give you nothing but the facts within the facts, none of our own personal opinion, but just the facts. We don't try to reinvent the wheel. We tell you what's happening in the mortgage industry, and we tell you what's on the wheel. We don't use Mortgage Talk as an advertising point. That come to us and let us do it for you, because it's too complicated for you to understand. That's not Mortgage Talk. You can listen to all the other Mortgage Talk shows, and you can hear that, and you can see that for those that are live and that's on YouTube or on the social media. But you will see Mortgage Talk soon on YouTube. But you will also hear Mortgage Talk as we have over 580 blogs out there. We've been out a long time. Since 2007, we've been out there. We've been on the internet since 2012, starting with Blog Talk Radio. We're streaming nationally right now throughout the internet, and we are streaming worldwide. We're streamed to over 200 countries that let us come into their neck of the woods to bring them Mortgage Talk 1. And we're proud to do so, as we're streamed to one of our favorite directories, which is Speaker.com. And we're glad to be part of Speaker.com with you here. And iHeartRadio, Spotify, we're on that too. On all of your major networks. Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, oh yeah, Cashbox, Deezer, Apple Podcasts, Pod Purchaser. Man, we're on Amazon Music. We're on major directories that you can reach and get Mortgage Talk. Won't you tell a friend and tell many of them? But we know we have to go back and earn some of our new people and reach out and touch some of our old people and bring them back in. Because Mortgage Talk is back intact. And we're glad to be back intact with you. And back intact with Speaker.com. So, with this said, we are talking about foreclosure programs this month. Because we believe an educated consumer is indeed the best customer. Because when you know where to go and get information, and when you know who to go, like your servicer or your investor, you know about the programs that you're asking for. And you don't have to sit there like a bump on a log, not knowing, and waiting on them to tell you. Lenders do not tell you when they loan you the money. They do not tell you when you're part of their crew. Because you're really not. You're just part of the initial clientele. They don't tell you all of the programs that they have that can help you. They don't tell you that. And not all the time is it listed on their website. Because they do such a scrutiny into getting you qualified. They put you through so much rigmarole to get you qualified. And you have to come up with so much information and proof of information and clear out old debt and pay off some debt. Until when you purchase a home, you're usually buying a house either for yourself or you're buying a house with your mom to have your mom there with you because you are thankful for how she raised you. You're buying a house for your children and your lovely wife, for your family to grow in. You're buying a house either for yourself because you're getting a piece of the American dream. It is one of the biggest ticket items you will ever buy in your life. And it's a celebration because you celebrate. But you don't buy the house with the concept in mind that you may go into foreclosure. You don't buy the house recognizing that there could be unpredictable circumstances out of your control that could happen. Like COVID-19. Who predicted that? Who thought that that was going to happen? And if you thought something was going to happen, did you think it was going to happen now? In your time? Now? Did you think it was going to have the kind of amplitude that it had? And how it impacted millions of people and took the lives of millions of people, taking the homes away from millions of people. And death. Oh, death had a smorgasbord of a time coming through worldwide. Did you think that? Did you prepare for that? And if you're blessed by the best not to be in foreclosure, what do you have now for your protection? Don't tell me your job, because that ain't good enough. You see, millions of people lost their jobs now, and small business are folding. And they got to do something to help them. And I believe Joe Biden will. And as I congratulate Joe Biden for yesterday, for them signing off, the Electoral College signing off, saying that Joe Biden is official, baby, the winner. Now, on January the 6th, it goes to Congress so they can officially sign off. Ain't no discrepancy with this. President-elect Joe Biden is going to be the next president, the 46th president of the United States of America, and Kamala Harris will be the vice president of the United States of America. A good, solid leadership team already is being assembled together, and some of them are from the Obama era, and some of them helped to develop some of the foreclosure programs. And I can guarantee you, I see it happening. I see it. They're going to revive some of them programs, baby. And Mortgage Talk is going to be right there, understanding it, dissecting it, and sharing it with you, the consumer. So you, too, can be that educated consumer, the best customer, to be able to stand firmly in your square and defend your home with the knowledge that you have. And you got it from right here at Mortgage Talk. Now, I am encouraging you to get mortgage protection insurance. It will prohibit you, it will stop you from going into foreclosure. It will give protection for your family if something were to happen to you or your spouse or your mom, whoever you're sharing, or whoever's in your household. Significant other, it doesn't matter. It doesn't discriminate. Mortgage protection, so inexpensive. You can call my office and get more details at 708-572-7855. 708-572-7855. Either myself or one of my assistants will be able to assist you. And if you call and you get the voicemail, just leave a brief message and your phone number and give us 24 hours to get back to you, because we will. If you have any questions, we're here to answer your questions for you about mortgage protection or any mortgage programs or anything that's related in the real estate market or the insurance market. We're here to assist you. 708-572-7855. Get mortgage protection now. You didn't predict this. We don't know what's around the corner or what's coming up next. All we know is we need to have protection in case it happens. Get mortgage protection insurance. It will protect you and your family and your home where you stay indoors. Many and millions of people are homeless. And this month alone, if the Senate and Mitch McConnell, oh God, don't pass the Emergency Act, there's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of people homeless. We already see the long line of people standing in line with masks on getting food. We see the long line of cars with people pulling up and they're putting food in their trunk so they can eat. And this is the season. This is the season that we give thanks to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, as we celebrate his birthday. And so many people won't have a turkey, a place to be, to celebrate, or some are homeless in tents, in cardboard boxes. If you go to California, it's probably have the worst homeless in the world, in my opinion. But everybody is hurting in every major state. And there are those that see themselves getting ready to be cast out. So I know that this emergency act is going to help them. And you need to apply pressure to your congressmen, but more importantly to your senators, Republicans, to hurry up and get this emergency act passed. This is December the 15th, 2020. Pass this damn act before you go on recess. They say that they're going to come together. Some Republicans said it too. By December the 18th. And God, I pray that you do. I pray that you do. Because in this act, it's going to have a temporary relief fund that is equal to the stimulus package that we once received before, with $500 per child. It's going to have in that act $400 extra a week for people on unemployment to help them, and even extend unemployment to the end of August when the money run out. At that time, President-elect Joe Biden will be the 46th president of the United States. And he already stated that he's going to put together another stimulus package, and that to help out the American people. And that's just not for people in the red states. That's for people in the United States. So hold on, baby. Hold on. And let's send a prayer up for those that really need it the most. As we do from the Mortgage Talk team here and WHPNN Radio Network that we're streaming from, we send the prayer out. Because there's hope here. And we have the right leader now that's going to lead like a leader should. It's good to know the good, and it's good to know the bad, and it's good to know the crazy. And we have had it all. Now we're back on top for the good. And that's what we needed. 81 million people voted for that. And that's what we needed. And we're glad to be back for that. Now, I want to say that in that saying, relating to the U.S. Treasury and FHA second lien program, I want to give you some insight of that program. Okay, you see, one of the purpose of providing guidance to borrowers so they can make the right decision, and with knowledge, they can protect themselves from mortgage predators. With knowledge and being that educated consumer, they can turn to their servicer and they can ask for these programs. With knowledge, we're going to share with them how they can find out which servicer offers the program that sign up and receive training from the Treasury Department, training from FHA under HUD, where they're certified and qualified and bona fide to offer you the program. You're going to know who they are. So you'll know whether the servicer who you have now can offer it to you or they can't. And under the second lien program, you don't have to be on an FHA loan. Okay? See, the federal government has developed several programs to help mortgage borrowers who are having trouble making their mortgage payments. Whether it's through the pandemic, whether you're upside down underwater, whether you lost your job, non-related to the pandemic, or funds were reduced. You got a pay cut. So many different reasons. So these programs are set up to help you. The programs are complicated and have appeared and was revived, some of them several times, that brought about confusion to the borrower, making it difficult for some borrowers to know which one of these programs might apply to me, to them. So Mortgage Talk wants to be the show and is dedicated as the show to be able to tell you about the programs or programs that are worth for you to take a closer look at, to gather more information that we're going to share with you how to do so about these programs, and see which one will be a better fit for you. To find out about some of the foreclosure programs, go to www.makinghomeaffordable.gov. And the borrower can also use the Treasury website to explore it and get some answers to the questions that they may have. Because other people have asked those questions, and you will be able to see the questions and the answer by going to the Treasury website and type in the search Explore Eligibility Questionnaire. Okay? The programs all work together, participate with participating servicers, which makes the ultimate decision about eligibility. Most of the major servicers participate in all or most of the programs, that some programs have not received wide acceptance by some of these servicers or investors. The Treasury Department has a list of servicers that have participated in this program. And you can find out who they are. And it is your servicer or investor part of the program. Just by going to www.makinghomeaffordable.gov/get-assistance/contact-mortgage/pages, and page is a capital P, /default small d .aspx. Let me say it again so you can follow me. You can go to find out the servicers or the investors that have signed up with the Treasury Department, signed up with HUD and FHA, and have received the training to be able to offer you these programs. Especially the program that I'm talking about today, which is the Treasury /FHA second lien program. Just by going to www. Well, you can do the HTTP quotation 2 www.makinghomeaffordable.gov, all lowercases, / again in lowercases, get-assistance, in lowercase contact dash mortgage capital P on pages lowercases default dot ASPX. Get that listing so you know who they are. Okay? Got to move on. You see, the Treasury FHA second lien program with the acronyms of FHA number 2 LP. If a servicer of your first mortgage agrees to participate in FHA short refinance, and you also have a second mortgage on the same property, you may qualify to have a second mortgage reduced or eliminated through FHA 2 LP program. The total amount of both mortgages after the refinance cannot exceed the LTV, loan to value, of 115% of your home current value. Don't be confused on what a second lien is. As I mentioned earlier to you, that revolving account deal, because they gave it that nice name, is a second lien because it's secured against your property. Or another fancy name for it, as they call it, a personal home loan or a personal loan. But the personal loan, yeah, it's personal, but if it's secured against your property, was use it as equity, the equity in your property, and the property was used for collateral, it is a second lien. Your second lien can come from IRS. Your second lien can come from the Department of the Water Department in your local state. Your second lien can come from a homeowners association. If you have a home, in my opinion, and it's not a condominium and it's not a townhouse, you shouldn't be paying some homeowner association. That's my opinion if you own your own home, because what can it do for you? Seriously, what can it do for you if you're owning your own home? I'm not talking about townhouses, and I'm not talking about condominiums, because they do things for people in those settings. I'm talking about your traditional house, your quad, your two-storage, okay? Your tri-levels, your step-up ranch, your ranch. I'm talking about that. What are they doing for you? If they're not doing anything for you, get together and get rid of them. Because all they're doing is just help sucking you dry. Got to move on. Your second lien can come from child support. Okay? It can come from child support. And that can be secured against your property. Your second lien can be filed against you from any corporation through the court system because you owe money or on a back particular loan that maybe you had 10 years ago. And then now they put a lien on your property and secured it with interest so it can grow. That can be a second lien. So understand what second lien mortgage is. And that is considered a second lien. And under the terminology, second lien mortgage. Okay? There is another second lien program out there. And I'm going to tell you about it real quickly, because I'm going to go back into the Treasury and dissect it a little bit more for you. But this other second lien modification program has an acronym of 2MP. You see, if your first mortgage was permanently modified under the HAMP program. Remember I talked about that FHA HAMP program now? Under the HAMP program, and you have a second mortgage on the same property now, you may be eligible to have your second mortgage modified under the second lien modification program. To be eligible for the 2MP program, you must meet the following criteria. Listen to the criteria. Your first mortgage was permanently modified under the FHA HAMP program. You have not missed 3 consecutive monthly payments while on this HAMP modified first lien mortgage program. You owe more than $5,000 on your second mortgage. Your second mortgage payment is more than $100 a month. If you meet that criteria, that simple criteria, you qualify for the second lien modification program. Just that simple. Another second lien program to help you. Remember what I said. 50% of the foreclosed properties have second lien mortgages on it. Okay? I'm going to give you a little bit information, and I'm going to put it in context as I give you this information here, but I'm going to give it to you real quickly because I want you to follow me on this. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to dissect it a little bit more, and you're going to hear it again, and hopefully that makes a reinforcement for you. You see, under the U.S. Treasury FHA second lien program, it offers $500 upfront payment to the servicer and a $250 per year for 3 years to the servicer. If you, the borrower, stay current. The borrower will also receive, under this program, a succeed payment is called. A success payment, a success payment. Payments is what it's called. Of up to $250 per month for as long and up to 5 years, which this money will go toward the principal balance on the first mortgage lien, so long as you stay current on your payment. Now I'm going to dissect this a little bit more for you. Yep. I'm going to put it again, but I'm going to put it in the proper perspective under the U.S. Treasury FHA lien, second lien mortgage. I'm going to put that in perspective for you. But what I'm going to do here right now is I'm going to take a inspirational holiday break. Yeah, you heard me. An inspirational holiday musical break. And I'm going to come right back and I'm going to dissect this for you. This is Mortgage Talk. I'm Rick Montgomery. And we'll be back in a moment with more of Mortgage Talk right here on Speaker.com as we stream nationally. Back in a moment.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm, and the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow and snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really grab me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
And welcome back to Mortgage Talk. I'm Rick Montgomery, your host of Mortgage Talk. You know what? I love those old movies. I really do. When I want to get movie packed out sometimes, I like listening to and looking at those old movies from the 20s and the 30s and the 40s. You talk about good acting, good background music. You really get into it. I was looking at one last night and I really enjoyed it. You know, it had Betty Davis. She played in there. Oh man, it was just a good movie. She was a writer for a magazine, and she had this apartment, and she was writing about living on a farm, and the owner, he wanted honesty in his writers. Be honest and do what he says. Those are the things that he said. And she was make-believing things, and people were believing it. She talked about she tried to find an antique rocking chair, and she received over 38 different rocking chairs sent to her. She was damn near getting a rocking chair a day. And so one of the nurse that was nurturing a military person, as you know, back then, military was definitely on the high honors as it is right now. Thank God for that. Thank you, President Obama, for continuing to push that. The military was very high on that. And this young man didn't have a family and never thought about settling down. And they got together and talked, and she really wanted him. And he kind of led her on that he wanted her, but he only did it because he wanted to eat some solid food. And they was giving liquid food because he was stuck for 6 months in a raft in water. And the rations of food that he had, he gave most of it to his partner, while he took a little portion of it. He outranked him while he took a little portion. So his recovery was a little bit more slower for him to eat solid food, whereas his partner had already recovered and was eating solid food, getting steaks, getting lamb chops and stuff like that, and getting turkey. And man, he had to sit here and drink liquid food. He hated it. So they call this the terminology. Let me think. What did they call it? Doing the magoo or something like that. If I remember correctly. And he didn't know what the magoo was, but really what it was to cater up to this nurse, make her think that you like her, make her go as far as much as to give her the concept that, hey, you might get married, and she'll bend the rules for you. And then once you get too close, when you think she's going to hit you for marriage, then use the back door approach and get out of it. As he says, use the magoo again and get out of it. So she wrote to the magazine, asking the magazine, can he, who is a hero, come and stay the holiday weekend, which was Christmas, with them, since he don't have a place to go, nowhere to go. And she thought that by him doing that, and he get to seeing the loveliness of having a home and a wife and children, that he'll be more inclined to marry her. But the writer was not even married, but she had a guy that wanted to marry her so badly. He was an architect, and he had a ranch in Connecticut. And she wrote about his ranch and described his ranch as if it was her ranch and described a baby that they didn't have, but his maid babysit for the local people around for their children, one person, and then later a second person needed help. And so the owner wanted her and called the editor and told the editor that he wants her to entertain this hero on her ranch. He thought it would increase circulation. Her writing increased circulation. And her uncle was a chef, and she copied some of his recipe and presented as if she was a cook and was cooking these fantastic meals that other people was copying the recipe and say, oh man, this food is so good, so good. But her uncle owned his own restaurant. And so he was doing that at his restaurant as far as exercising his recipe there. Make a long story short, as I did make it a little extra long, as you can tell, the movie, I truly enjoyed that movie. What a wonderful, wonderful movie of an old movie that I truly enjoyed. So see, you can find a lot of things to do during this pandemic. On your spare time, when you're not working in your office like me, on your spare time, you can find some enjoyment in life. It helps knit you together, strengthen you together, and you don't have to be bored and have to bust through to bust out to just catch coronavirus. Come on. Everything's going to be all right. Now, let me finish dissecting this Treasury FHA second lien program. You see, the Treasury announced details of the second lien program, which will work in tandem with the existing home affordable modification program to ensure more borrowers will receive the assistance that they actually and truly need. Up to 50% of risk mortgage, meaning foreclosed properties, have second liens, and many properties that went into foreclosure because they were behind on the first and on the second lien. So the Treasury said, under the second lien program, when a home affordable modification is initiated on the first lien, the servicers participating in the second lien program will automatically reduce payments on the associate second lien according to a preset protocol. Alternatively, the lien servicer can extinguish the second lien in return for a lump sum payment. You hear what I said? Say it again. Somebody missed it. The loan servicer can extinguish the second mortgage in return for a lump sum payment. That's usually a short-term payment, a short settlement. Under a preset formula determined by the Treasury. The Treasury sweetens the pie on those short sales, on those short payments. Wrong term. Under those short payoffs. That's the word I'm looking for. Which could be as little as, listen to this, 3 cents on a dollar. Wow. What kind of incentive is the Treasury putting in this? For a fully amortizing loan, the Treasury will share the costs of reducing the mortgage rate on a second mortgage to 1%, down to 2% for interest-only loans. So interest-only loans can qualify. Okay? And extend the term to match the modified first mortgage. Participating servicers will also forbear principal in the same proportion as any principal forbearance on the first mortgage and 5 years. After 5 years. The interest rate on the second mortgage will rise to the rate on the modification first. The second lien program will have a pay for succeed structure similar to the first lien modification program, offering a $500 in upfront payment to the servicer and a $250 per year for 3 years if the borrower stays current. The borrower will receive a succeed payments of up to $250 per year for as long and up to 5 years, which will go toward the principal balance on the first mortgage, so as long as the borrower stays current on his mortgage and do not fall behind. In effort to help more homeowners that are in foreclosure, whether it's due to being underwater or whether it's due to the coronavirus or whatever the reason, the Hope for Homeowner program. Say it again. The Hope for Homeowners program will now be included in the Making Home Affordable program. The loan servicers will be required to evaluate if the borrower qualifies for the Hope for Homeowner refinance and must extend the options at the same time the borrower is offered a trial loan modification. So the borrower has these options to stay in this program to be able to help the borrower to get out of the program. So it can help the borrower to be able to keep his home. In return, the servicer can receive up to $2,500 as a upfront incentive payment for a successful refinance and a $1,000 per year for up to 3 years if the loan remains current. The Hope for Homeowner program has alleged only to date for officials to make big changes to enhance the servicers to come aboard, to join this program so it can help the homeowners, because they are anticipating millions of properties based off this pandemic is going to go into foreclosure, and millions of homeowners is going to be without homes. I expect, because President-elect Joe Biden has brought back some of the Obama team, and some of these members were on the initial team that helped put together programs like this. I expect them to remodify these programs. And rumors has it, and I can't say for sure, that the Treasury FHA second lien program could be remodified. And if that program is indeed remodified, then that program, we're going to keep you up to date in letting you know about that program, so you will be able to get some information and updated information on that program. So when they revive the program, we're going to tell you about it here on Mortgage Talk. As I said before, Mortgage Talk has over 580 blogs out there. And over 46 of those blogs were relating to foreclosure programs and even some second lien programs and some purchasing programs that were either eliminated or remodified. And so we come back to tell you about the programs. Those blogs are still out there, but we come back to tell you about the programs. So we create another blog so we're able to explain to you the new program to help bring about some clear understanding for you and then give you information of how you can go out and get further information to help educate you, that educated consumer, the best customer. Because a lot of services have signed on to this. A lot of investors have signed on to this. And so now you can get a list of who they are. And you can get a list in case the servicer who's servicing you now may be on there. So now you know to go out and ask for these foreclosure programs because you're educated on these foreclosure programs, that you can ask for them by name. And you understand the procedures. And you understand how to qualify for them. And you understand that the servicer will initiate a few qualifying steps of their own because they're servicing the loan. But it's not set for them to turn you down, and it's not set for them to disqualify you. They better have a good reason for it. And you can even take it to the Treasury if you happen to get a disqualifying letter and it's just not making sense. You can go to the Department of Treasury and you can protest against that. You can ask, why was I turned down? You can go to FHA because they share in on this, and you can ask them, why was I turned down? Because you almost have to not have a pulse to get turned down. Okay? Now, again, with these programs and the second lien programs, you have to be able to make payments. Okay? So if you're not making, if you don't have any income coming in and you can't make the payments, then this program is not a good fit for you. Okay? Last week, we talked about the unemployed program for those that are still unemployed. That program could be a better fit program for you. All you have to do is just go to speaker.com or iHeartRadio or any one of your favorite directories and type in Mortgage Talk 1, the number 1 symbol, and date back to last Tuesday, and you can listen to the show, or you can go to speaker.com, and you can date back to the unemployment, the UP program, which was the unemployed program. Or you can go to blogtalkradio.com/Mortgage Talk 1, the number 1 symbol, and you can type in the UP program, or you can scroll down and you will see the shows that we have done and the pending shows that we will do. And so you can get that information. Or you can email me at mortgagetalk1, the number 1 symbol, at gmail.com. That's mortgagetalk1 at gmail.com. And I'll get you some information or direct you to where you can listen to the show to get information, or even send the show to you by email so you can listen to it. Isn't that something? Isn't that beautiful? So to give you information right then and there so you can have it. But remember what I said earlier. If you're not in foreclosure and if you don't have mortgage protection, you need to give my office a call at 708-572-7855. That's 708-572-7855. You have a small business. You can have protection over your small business, especially if you own the facility. You can have protection. You own the building in which your small business is in. You need to have mortgage protection. Give me a call. Even if you don't own the building, but you want to secure your business because you are a rental, give me a call and get the mortgage protection for you too. It can protect you too. Okay? It can protect you because of your costs and your agreement on what you have and the staff that you have. Mortgage protection can keep your doors open even when you have transitioned on into the afterlife. And it's there to help the wife, the son, the brother to continue liquidating what they can and make the proper preparation for dissolving the corporation, or make the necessary preparation to hire a new president that's going to be able to help take the company to the next level, whichever is which. So you see how that protection can protect you too? Contact my office and get more information. 708-572-7855, 708-572-7855. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your business. Protect your home. Mortgage protection insurance can do all of those things for you. Well, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you listening to Mortgage Talk. Tell a friend and tell them, because we're on every Tuesday, man. We're on every Tuesday. And get them to tune in to us. We're on every Tuesday right here at Speaker.com at 7 o'clock. We're on at 7 right here at 7 o'clock. You can get us. We kick off at 6:30 on Blog Talk Radio, and sometime we'll simulcast at 6:30 through here. Today we had a little technical difficulties, and so we was unable to simulcast, but that's okay. Because we'll do a second show. That's okay. We want to get the information out to you. So tune in to Mortgage Talk for next Tuesday. We'll be here. Is it next Tuesday or is it next Wednesday? Yeah, next Tuesday. We'll be here next Tuesday. The last Tuesday of the month, we air on Wednesday instead of Tuesday. So the last Tuesday of the month we don't air, but we do air on Wednesday, and we air at 6:30, but 7 o'clock for Speaker.com if we do not simulcast. We had a little technical difficulty today, so we're unable to do that. So we hope that don't happen again. But we're going to make sure that you get the show. So God bless you so much. May he forever keep you. And I thank you for your time and you listening to Mortgage Talk. Good night, everybody.